Alright, I decided I want to do another tier list video, and this time I'm going to do with Marvel Rivals. I don't know how qualified I am for this, but currently I'm Platinum 1, so not very high. I made it to Diamond in Season 0, and I mean, this is always subject to change. But I think I got a pretty solid idea on what characters are good. So, starting off, Adam Warlock. I feel like Adam he's good, but the other supports just are way too busted with their ultimates. So, I'll just say C. He's good, but you don't need to res everyone. You don't need to res anyone even if they just never die. And I'll expand on that once we get to Cloak and Dagger here. Black Panther. He got nerfed this season. I have not seen nearly as many as I did before. He's not bad per se, but like since he got nerfed, I feel like every other DPS that's similar to him can do what he does and better. And his ultimate is kind of eh. Like, it gives you the dashes, but like, how many kills are you really gonna secure with that? Unless you're doing it in like a group of 2, maybe 3 people, and none of them are tanks, I don't think you're really getting much value out of it. I think it's more of a solo ult kind of thing. But, you know, that might just be me. I think he's still pretty good and definitely playable, though. It just takes more effort than it did before. I'm gonna say that I don't think he's quite B tier. Black Widow. Like, Black Widow's not great, but I think people are giving Black Widow too much hate, because like, she's not terrible, but I think she's more playable than people are saying that she is. I've had some really good Black Widows that have carried the matches. I haven't seen a Black Widow since I was in Gold, but the Black Widows that I saw in Gold were actually pretty good for Gold players, you know? And Captain America, I feel like Captain America is really underrated. He is so ridiculously annoying in the backline. He does not die, and when he uses his ultimate, he's basically immortal unless you get a one shot on him. But I don't think he's quite S tier, because I think there's just a lot of tanks that do what he does and just takes less effort. Like, you don't have to put in that much effort, but I don't know for sure. I've been trying to learn him recently. He's got a lot of techs, like the shields that he builds up when his shields go long range. You can cancel them by running after or in between each hit, so it'll go a lot faster. Cloak and Dagger is an easy S tier. The ultimate buff that they got is ridiculously insane. If you can survive a Punisher shooting you with his ultimate, and all you have to do is sit there and do nothing after you use your ultimate, that's how you know the ultimate is stupid broken. And you get it so fast. You get it unreasonably fast. You get like a percent every dagger you throw out. And then if you just have your team feeding, like in what platinum lobbies are, it is so free because they just sit there and they're damage sponges while you're healing them. You get your ultimate, you go in, point is, like there's nothing they can do. If you don't have a cloak and dagger and the other team does, you've lost. You've already lost the game. I feel like Doctor Strange is probably one of the best tanks in the game. He's just really easy. He's got any tool you could possibly need. He's strange. He's Reinhardt with a projectile and a portal. Groot, it depends. It depends on how you use your walls, but I think he could be an S tier. If you're hiding your healing wall and you're putting your damage walls blocking stuff or blocking the enemies, like you trap the enemies with your walls and you let your team finish them off and you go poke the rest of their team while your team is killing whoever you Fortnite boxed, and then your healing wall is just in another dimension just healing you while you're doing some poke damage. You're set. That's a dream for Groot. Hawkeye, I've not seen a lot of Hawkeye this season. I've only seen like 3, maybe. So I don't really know too much, but he still seems pretty good, just not great. Because I think his stuff just makes it so he's got to be more close range. I think this really just takes him down from S to A, though. I don't think he's bad. I think he's still really good. Hela, still S tier. She's still insanely annoying and just melts anyone that's out of position, really. If there's a tank that's overextending, that tank is gone if Hela's there. And then her ultimate is, it's really good, but like if they got a Doctor Strange, it's a pretty easy thing to counter because you just shield it off, and then the rest of your team kills them. I'd say it's pretty good. Hulk, I don't see very many Hulks anymore, but I think he's still pretty good. Maybe up here could just, even his team up just really carries, because like Iron Man, I'd say without a team up is like a B or a C, but with a team up, high B, bottom of A. Nowhere else but bottom of A, or no higher than bottom of A, but to average it out, I'm gonna say like middle of B. I have not seen a lot of Invisible Woman, but I have been playing her a lot since she came out. I think I have like 7, maybe 8 hours on her total since she's came out. And her ultimate's really good. I feel like she's got some good healing. It's definitely not like ridiculous as like the rest of the characters, but still really good. She's a lot of fun too. I think she's an S tier, but like a healthy S tier. Because like her ultimate, you can still kill stuff in her ultimate. It's not easy, but you can still kill stuff in her ultimate. And it doesn't last a super long time like Cloak and Dagger or Luna. Iron Fist, I think he's not good, but in the right hands, he can definitely do some good stuff. I've not played hardly enough matches with an Iron Fist that actually did good to put him anything above a C, like bottom of C. But I've had matches with an Iron Fist where he dominated the entire lobby. Like nobody else on his team got kills because he was just killing everything. So I think for that reason he belongs in C. Yeah. Jeff, I think Jeff is pretty solid. He's not great, don't get me wrong, but I think he's a healthy support, and being a healthy support in this game basically means you're not going to be a great support compared to your other picks. I think Jeff has a great design and everything. He's a good pick. I just don't think he's super viable. Loki is stupid broken when paired with Cloak and Dagger, or even a Luna. Just triple supports. He just gets his ultimate so fast with his clones when he puts down the healing circles and then just heals the whole team, damage sponges just like Cloak and Dagger. So I'd say he's between top of B, bottom of A. What stops him from being S tier though is he sucks on attacking. He is really hard to play on attacking. You just have to set up your clones in a very interesting way. So I'm going to put him in B for that. Luna can be played anywhere. Her ultimate is not as stupid broken, but like she can still survive a Punisher ultimate if she's smart with it. And I think that's kind of dumb, but it is what it is. Magic. I'm a Magic main. She's the character I've played the most in the entire game. And sadly, I don't think she's that great. But she's like a solid middle of the road. She will always get something done if you know how to play her. But there's just so many ways that you can outplay her. It's not hard to outplay Magic. So for that, I think she might be just barely above Black Panther and Iron Man above both of them. Just because Iron Man's team up with Hulk. Magneto, I think Magneto is definitely contestant for top 2 tanks in the game, mostly because well, I haven't seen anybody else talking about this, but it's something that I kind of noticed. He is really good against Wolverine because he's one of the only tanks that can protect himself against Wolverine. If Wolverine does go and try and kill him, because he's got the bubble, and then he's got the get off me thing with his is like the 3-bar thing, his rings on his back. And then it gives him enough time to let the rest of his team know that the Wolverine's back there. And then he's also got his ultimate, which is a one shot, which can kill Cloak and Dagger, getting rid of their ultimate. So that's very useful. I think Magneto honestly might just be a little bit above Doctor Strange, just because of the usefulness of his ultimate. And then since Wolverine is really good right now, he seems like the best tank at the moment. Mantis, I think Mantis is really good, but just not as good as the other supports up here, these two. Just because her ultimate isn't stupid broken like Luna and Cloak and Dagger. I think if they made Luna and Cloak and Dagger's ultimates last like less time, I think they would be a lot better, because Luna's is like 12 seconds and I'm pretty sure Cloak and Dagger is, I want to say 10 seconds. And it's so annoying to fight. I really hate it. Mr. Fantastic, I don't know why he's a duelist, honestly. He should be a tank, because all of the people that I've seen that play him are just tanking. That's all they do. He puts out a lot of damage and can get the enemy team pretty low, but he doesn't secure kills. That's what his flaw is. The healers heal way too much for Mr. Fantastic to get any value outside of soaking up damage. And I haven't seen that reflect thing used for hardly anything where it actually works. I have seen somebody actually soak up the Iron Man ultimate, like in the trailer, and it actually worked. So that was pretty cool, but overall, he is not in a very good place right now. He's might be one of the worst characters in the game. Moon Knight is really fucking annoying and can do a lot by doing nothing, really. He can sit on the top somewhere, throw his onks, and then since I'm speaking from like a gold to like in between a gold and diamond perspective, since my teammates don't shoot the fucking onks, he gets so much value, and he builds his ultimate up pretty fast, which is basically the best way for him to get kills, maybe the only way for him to get kills. Namor or Namor or whatever. Namor sounds better. I think Namor is really good because he can really stop a dive from happening. Like he kind of, not totally, but he kind of just shuts down Spider-Man, Iron Man a little bit with Storm, but not really a whole lot, because Storm can just sit back and then kill the squids and then go in. But also, because of the rank that I'm in, just like with the Onks, nobody kills the octopus. So he's a lot better in the rank that I'm in than above, I would assume. Penny is not great, but that doesn't mean she's unplayable. I've had so many games where we have a Penny on our team, and then my team just throws. They throw because they're like, "Oh my god, we have a Penny. Game's over. GG's." And she's not that bad. Like, she is not the best tank by any means, but she's really good on defense. She can hold a good defense with paired with another tank like Groot or Thor. It's a really good team up. Thor can push the tank or go behind the tank and push him into the spider mines, and Groot can box whoever the target is, and Penny can throw her mines in there, and they're basically dead. And her ultimate, kind of trash, I'm gonna be real, but it's kind of trash, but it does help with stall quite a bit. She's got some pair-ups that are just pretty good. On her own, solo tanking, not very good. She's kind of struggles with a solo tank, but it's definitely doable. Psylocke. I think Psylocke might be one of the best DPS in the game. Not the best, but definitely one of the best. I think Psylocke could be low S, maybe high A. I've had too many Psylocks that just destroy the back line, so I'm gonna put her in bottom of S. Rocket is another one of the strategist that's like Jeff. He's good, but he's just not a pick that you would go for because every other support can make the team immune. What does he do? He gives a damage amplification thing, and it's just, it doesn't really do much. Just like Jeff's ult, you can miss his ultimate and then just die. Scarlet Witch, I think that Scarlet Witch is not as bad as people say, but she is definitely not good. I think she's more of a situation of like top of D, bottom of C. Her ultimate is just like straight ass. It is not good in the slightest. Unless you have unless you're going up against a team that is like actually brain dead. But she can definitely get some value out of the team up with Magneto, and then also she can still kill stuff pretty well if you're not going for tanks. If you're going for tanks, you're not gonna do anything except for feed, and then the ultimate's not even worth doing that because you're just gonna get in and you're gonna die. Most of the time you're just gonna die. And I really like Scarlet Witch. I played her in the beta a lot. She was the character I played the most. I think she needs a buff. I really want Scarlet Witch to get a buff. I think like even just making it so you can't stun her out of her ultimate, or just giving her like a shield boost. I don't think you can stun her out of her ultimate. I mean, I think you can. But giving her like maybe a shield boost when she uses her ultimate, and then it just slowly depletes after. Like not insane amounts, like you can still kill her, but it wouldn't be like turn around and you're dead kind of thing. Spider-Man is good. He's really good, but he's just he's kind of like Black Panther and Magic, where if you're just, it's the same thing really, but you need to do more to get the same value out of Spider-Man. His combos are bigger, they just take more time, that's really all. He's really good, his ultimate is really good. I think I might bump Moon Knight up. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about Spider-Man. I mean, like, he either destroys or he gets shit on. There's no in between. But next up, Star-Lord. Star-Lord can be insanely irritating, and his ultimate's pretty good. I think he's just overall a really well-rounded character. He doesn't seem too insane, but he gets good value out of what he does. So I think he's a solid A. Storm, even in season 0, I was kind of thinking that Storm was slept on. Now she's pretty good. I don't see her a whole lot anymore. I saw her a lot in the first like week, maybe week and a half of season 1. Now I don't see her a whole lot. But I still think that Storm is pretty good. I think she's like a B, possibly A tier character. Only thing is that if you don't have good positioning, like some maps are just really not good for Storm. Like the new map is really good for Storm because it's so tight. There's so many areas that you can hide that are up in high ground that nobody else can get to, and you can still be in line of sight of heals. So I think it's kind of more map dependent for Storm. Squirrel Girl, I think Squirrel Girl has her moments, and I think you could really just pick Squirrel Girl anytime and make it work. But if you're going like 3 support, 2 tank, 1 DPS, I don't think Squirrel Girl would be very good for that. So I'm gonna put her above these guys in the middle of A tier. She's pretty good, but she's not great. Her ultimate, kind of trash unless you put it in a really tight space. Like if you're on, let's say you're on the Wakanda map where it's the point where you have to capture the checkpoint and then bring the statue of Bass to the palace. If a Doctor Strange is portaling in that back area, like top high ground by the stairs over by the health pack, and you send your squirrels in there, then it will do a lot. And then you just throw some nuts in there. You'll definitely get some kills. Punisher. I think Punisher really depends on if he's got a rocket or not, because rocket really makes him a lot better, but he's still good on his own, just not great. So I think the Punisher goes just above Iron Man. He's good, but like you're not really going for him all that much. Thor. I think people just don't know how to play Thor. I've been playing a lot of Thor, and he's a lot of fun. He is one of my favorite tanks, maybe even my favorite tank in the entire game. He's a lot of fun, and I think he's really good. I think he's just barely above Captain America. People are sleeping on Thor, I'm telling you. Thor is really good. Venom. I think Venom is still not very good, but he is playable now that he's got that health buff or the health boost thing with like the shields. I think Venom might be somewhere in B or C. I think he's just gonna have to be with Penny Parker because a little bit lower than Penny Parker. I think he's down here. He's just, there are tanks that do what he does and they do him better. He is not a terrible pick, but he is definitely nowhere near the best pick. Winter Soldier or Bucky, whatever you want to call him. I think he's really good. I've had matches where it's just again. It just doesn't end. I don't think he's S tier, but he's definitely top of A, I'd say. Wolverine. I think Wolverine is kind of nuts right now, but the only thing that stops Wolverine from being better is the support ultimates, and that's why these guys are at the top. Really? Actually, this. No. I think they're just above. They're just better. Luna and Cloak and Dagger are kind of just insane. Luna's ultimate got nerfed and it does not do as much healing or anything, and you can't do the spam switch where you give a bunch of damage boosts and heals at the same time. But it lasts way too long. It's so easy for her to get it. the supports in this game are insanely busted, and I think their ultimates are dumb as hell because so many of them can just keep you alive forever. But yeah, this is my tier list. I think this is pretty well rounded overall. If you skip to the end, hello, like and subscribe, and have a good day. Or don't like and subscribe. I don't really care. I do this for fun.